Hello, everyone. Today attendance is less. All are getting bored of power, huh?
No way, they will join.
Okay. That is my document. Just give me a minute, just trying to find the document. Show all the windows. Okay. Okay, so we will be starting with a new part today called the key of play. Okay, so just give me a minute, I'll just offer my prayers to the divine and then we'll start. Okay, so the key of play, there is one certain way you can make yourself feel better about any subject in your life, and that is to create games with your imagination and play. Play is fun, and so when you play, you feel really good. So here, we are basically talking about you should understand the difference between the subconscious mind, which is more connected to the heart, and the conscious mind, which is more connected to your mind. Okay, so typically, you need to understand this distinction. When your subconscious mind and your heart energies are more predominant, okay.
Your voice is very slow. Sorry to interrupt.
Are you feeling better? Rather, are you able to hear better now?
Yes, better.
Okay, my speaker was somewhere else. Okay, so what I was trying to say is we are trying to understand the difference. Let's understand the difference between so here you can see that the subconscious mind, okay, the subconscious mind and the heart, they are more like partners. The conscious mind and the mind are more like partners. Okay, I'll mute you, Munmun. Okay. So there are two pairs here: subconscious mind and heart, conscious mind and the conscious mind. Yeah, is more like your mind only. Now, how does all of these manifestations happen in whatever you see in front of you is your own creation? What does that mean?
Voice is not coming, Smita.
It is coming. Your
It is
connection may be
coming.
problem.
Munmun, check your side.
Munmun, check your connection.
Okay,
Check your
okay.
connection.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah. So whatever you have created in front of you is basically what you have thought through with your conscious mind again and again and again and again, and that has created a impression or a belief system in your subconscious mind, and that it was like you giving a message to the universe that, okay, I want this to happen. Even though you don't really say I want this to happen, it was more about you thinking it over and over and over again with some feelings will actually make it happen. So what actually happened here is that your subconscious mind is more like a creator. Okay, subconscious mind is the creative part of your being. And how does the subconscious mind actually create things? It is majorly through your feelings. How does it know whether how does the communication happen between the conscious and the subconscious mind is through feelings. And feelings are coming from your heart space. Emotions are coming from your heart. Heart is more like a energy machine kind of thing. So these emotions are coming from your heart. And if it is a lower frequency emotion, that paired with whatever you're thinking will give that result. So if it is a higher frequency emotion, then it will pair it with whatever you're thinking. So it will give a different result. So here, what are the heart emotions is very, very important. Okay. The creation subconscious mind will anyway do. You give it lower frequency, higher frequency, whatever, it will anyway do. You give it horror movie or good movie or whatever movie, it will do. Horror movie with a good emotion also it will do. Horror movie with a bad emotion also it will do. So it is not about what you are creating. It is not also about whether it is higher frequency or low frequency emotion. So it is about your heart. So it is not about the thought. It is not about what you're creating. Nothing, none of those things matter. Only your emotion matters. And that is coming from your heart space. Now, when you think about anything in your life, let's say there is some amount of lack, you don't feel so good in your life and all of those things. So why don't you feel good? Because you have not generated good emotions, and which is why we spoke about gratitude and this and that. So many tools we used. So here in today's topic, we are going to talk about key of play, which means what we are trying to say is the subconscious mind is so innocent, or it is so pure. Okay, it is so pure that whether you actually experience it, like physically you're experiencing it, or you are just imagining it, it really does not know the difference. It will anyway create it if you have given a lot of energy into it. It will not create it if you just, it is a one-off thing also, it will not create it. You can just enjoy, kind of, the emotions are generated. So here, key of play is what they are going to be talking about. It is more like a make-believe kind of situation for your mind. It's like more like a placebo, okay? So there is one certain way. What is a placebo? Placebo means it is a make-believe, which means if your belief system believes that this will work, it will work. Definitely it will work. If your belief system thinks that it does not work, it will not work, means it will not work. So here, everything depends on this belief system, which means what does your subconscious mind, what message it has got to create? What kind of creation is it going to create? Is it going to create healing? Is it going to create disease? So is it going to bring more finances? Is it going to keep us in poverty? So whatever is that belief system that you have actually impressed into your subconscious mind, that is what is going to actually happen. So now let's say how to communicate with the subconscious mind. There is one certain way you can make yourself feel better about any subject in your life, and that is to create games with your imagination and play. Play is fun, and so when you play, you feel really good. See, many times we've spoken about mood uplifters and all that, right? So let's say you feel at every 1 hour or something, if you're able to cross-check, am I feeling bored? Am I feeling irritated? Am I feeling frustrated? Or am I actually feeling satisfied, contented, those kinds of things. We may not be like, ha, 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 and all that, but you can make out whether you're like dull and bored and those kinds of things, or you're sort of contented, happy, satisfied. Happy means it's not like you're laughing and all, but you're like, yeah, I'm like in peace, zen sort of feeling. So if you are below the thing, in starting from boredom and all, what we have told you, okay, fine, at least start to take yourself higher, because lower, as you keep going in lower energies, the drain is higher, and then it will get pulled faster and faster. The more you keep going down, right, the pull is faster. Slightly above, the pull is not so high. It's like the intensity is not so high. As you keep going down, the intensity actually increases. So here what we are saying is, if you had, let's say, a nice comedy show or anything, what we are doing, we are seeing that, and then we are feeling happy. So that is more like impressing the subconscious mind that yes, you can be happy because we saw something that is more happy generating or energy generating kind of thing, because you had good emotions with that, you laughed and all of those things. So this is sort of like a play. You are trying to create a false situation just to make sure that your body feels, your mind feels better. At some point, we stopped playing and having fun like we did as children. With the results that we became adults, we became more and more serious about life. But seriousness brings serious circumstances into your life. When you play and have fun, you will really feel good, and voila, really good circumstances come into your life. Like, for example, when my daughter was young, she used to ask us not to walk around in the living room, because she would say the entire living room is like a river or something like that, and then there are crocodiles, so don't walk. And she would create a bridge with saris, and then she would say you should walk only on top of these saris. So she would have some games like that. So the child inside her used to actually believe that is that is actually happening, and then they would enjoy with that. Even now, my daughters and my nieces, they play some different sort of thing like CID kind of games and all that. So they are very serious when they are actually playing it. Okay, they are like literally seriously playing, and then in that also they say, don't violate this rule. You this is your character, that is your character kind of thing. But then in our real life, as we grow up, we have forgotten to have fun. And even when we want to have fun also, we don't know how to have fun. Where do we start and all that? So how do we start? So there are two ways. First is, let's say you know how to have fun, but then you are trying to avoid it because there are other lot of baggages that you're carrying. So one thing is, we have already learned how to handle your baggages, which is to do gratitude and so many other things. So that is one way. And then that way, you'll be able to shift your focus towards what you think is having fun all about. Maybe for you, having fun is more about dancing. Fun is more about seeing comedy movies and watching and laughing, or maybe doing something with your children. Whatever it is, whatever is your fun with your is your kind of fun, you can play. But let's say you don't even know how to have fun, because now that you've forgotten how to have fun, right? So at the way to start off that energy, or rather attracting that energy towards yourself, the fun energy towards yourself, and you becoming a funny person and all that, is to basically start more and more appreciating people who are having fun. Go to I mean, the only source we can go to is internet these days, right? We may not be able to find people who are having fun. So go to internet, see funny people, funny characteristics, funny characters. Start to appreciate them, either physically or with your mouth. It has to be that inner feeling. So the more and more you start appreciating, at least even if you can give 100 appreciations like that for funny, humorous people, humorous animals, humorous babies, right? So go and appreciate, have fun, even if you're still not able to laugh, but you are able to appreciate that they are able to generate that kind of feeling in others. The funny thing, they are maybe comedy people, they are maybe having comedy shows and all that, obviously, because there are people who will laugh at their jokes and all that, right? So even if you're not able to enjoy their comedy, enjoy what they have become, right? Appreciate what they have become, truly appreciate what they have become. So then what will happen? Slowly, you will start attracting that energy towards your life as well. Then you will start to laugh at somebody who you were able to resonate with. And then slowly, you will be able to become better and better at that subject of what makes you laugh. And then the more you will know what makes others laugh. Like that, you will also become a humorous person. It takes time, okay? Depends on how much time you're investing into really making this happen. But this is what they are saying. So appreciating others is also a way of bringing the same thing into our life. And it's best not to be very serious with life, because we are here to enjoy life. as human beings, as spirits in the human bodies, we are here to enjoy life. We are here to experience human life. It is not serious. It is not so serious. Like when we go to, let's say, Disneyland or one of those places where there is a lot of make-believe stuff, right? Animations and those kinds of things. We don't believe them, right? But then we enjoy. So like that, you have to enjoy this. We are acting in a real movie kind of thing. So don't take life too seriously. Just apply the rules that whatever is aware to you, just apply those rules and then laugh it off. Like somebody was saying, I think in one of the classes only our teacher was saying that why do we become so serious in life is basically because we start to become more, we get hurt by what others say, what others think of us. We get carried over in criticism, judgments, and all of those things. So instead, whenever you are in your really, embarrassing moments, it is always good that you only talk about your embarrassing moments and then make a joke out of it. So then it will no longer be something that you're trying to hide because somebody will criticize, somebody will judge you. When you only bring it up into the open, it is you facing your own fear. And the more you face your own fear and you get over that, the better and lighter you will become. And the more lighter you become, the more less serious you will be in life. But sometimes we don't even know why we are serious. Okay, at that time, all that we have to do is whatever comes through in every single moment, try to observe yourself and see where I am I bored, am I this, am I that, and try to become more and more happy and those kinds of things. So life is supposed to be fun. Play with the law of attraction, invent games with your imagination, because law of attraction doesn't know or care if you're imagining, playing, or if it's real. Whatever you give an imagination feeling, it will become real. See, here you may be in a very debt situation in your life, like lots of money problems might be there in your life. But then what is the power book saying or gratitude book saying? It is saying you be grateful and try to be happy for whatever is already in your reserve, whatever is already with you, and then start to generate that energy. So the actual fact is that you are facing a financial crisis, but you are trying to work with the law of attraction to say that, no, I'm not sad about it. I'm very happy you're trying to change the situation to a more happy situation by playing, by choosing law of attraction to make it more to suit your gains, right? You're making this entire thing an opportunity and converting this entire thing into an opportunity. Like your financial crisis also is going to become an opportunity if you use it well. If you use it by tuning the law of attraction for your advantage. Okay, so that is what it's saying. It's a imagination. So we are giving it an imagination, we are the feeling and all that. So even if that reality is something else, you can change it by using law of attraction for your advantage. How to play the law of love could be best understood and learned through little children. Little children will always be laughing. Have you seen little children? They'll always be laughing. They'll always be like, sometimes they'll be laughing at silly things also. And I've seen mothers who will be laughing with them, but internally they think it's all silly, but they just want their child to believe they are laughing with them. But that is so unfortunate, because their vibes will be saying, oh, you're so silly. Oh, this is nothing to be laughed. There is nothing to laugh here about. That is your vibes, okay? That is your energy is actually talking like that. And then your child is the external part of the child is laughing because you are laughing, all of that is happy. But the message that the child is getting, okay, the child will still not be satisfied with your laugh. it will still keep trying to attract you. It will still keep trying to get your attention and all of those things, because there was always some fakeness in this whole thing, right? So even though you try to please your children by doing fake things, unfortunately that does not work, because there is a higher power inside you that which is that of attraction and all of those things, which actually makes that fake more come into play than you trying to help your child or something. So how do you play? You do the same thing as you did when you were a child, and you use your imagination to create the make-believe games. Let's imagine you are a cyclist and you want to become the best cyclist in the world, and you win the Tour de France. It's a competition. Your training is going well and you have your dream in your sights, but you are diagnosed with a disease and given 40% chance to survive. While having a treatment, you imagine you are riding you are in that game competition, and it is the race of your life. You imagine the medical staff is your training team, giving you feedback at every checkpoint. Each day you imagine you're racing in time trial, and your time is getting better and better. You win the race with your medical team and you overcome the disease. 1 year after you win back your health, you win the Tour de France, and you continue to win it 7 years in a row, becoming the only cyclist in history to achieve that. This is what Lance Armstrong did. So this is a real life story. Lance Armstrong was a cyclist who is a cyclist. I don't know whether he's like, yeah, is a cyclist who basically used his time in the hospital to imagine winning a race that he always wanted to. I mean, even Dr. Joe Dispenza did that, right? He was crushed by an 18-wheeler, and his entire spine had gone crushed to pieces. And the doctor said that even if we operate, we don't know whether we will be able to bring everything together, because they were all in different parts of the body, like the parts of the bone, the pieces of the bone had just gone off in every single direction inside the body. It had pierced in many places. So they didn't know how they'll bring all of that back together, because they could not open so much of him. So they said, even if we open you and bring all of these pieces together, we don't know whether you'll be able to survive or even walk or anything for that matter. So he said, fine, you can't do anything to me. Anyway, you're giving me a death sentence. So I'd rather die or I'd rather live. Depends on me. And then he went and stayed with his friends and all of that. And then all he did was every single day, while he was suffering in that pain, he reminded himself that there is no use thinking about the pain and dying. If I have to, whatever time I have to live, I will use this time to try my best and die, or try my best and live. That was his choice. So either way, I'm going to go to something. Either way, I don't know what is the future, because anyway, I'm in a very crippled state. So I let me choose to think the best and then live my life. Live my life in that bed. So like this, 6 weeks, all he did was to imagine his spinal cord coming together, pieces joining together. He doesn't know, maybe he saw the X-ray, I think, I don't know. But so he imagined all of these pieces coming together every single day. And whenever he felt negative about life, because there was he was in so much of pain every single day. But whenever he was in pain, he would remind himself that there is no use thinking about that pain. There is no use in pitying myself in this pain. So I'd rather do something better. And then every single time, every single moment, he focused on what he wanted to achieve. I'll rather die trying, kind of thing. So he did. Within 6 weeks, I think his entire back came together, and he was normal. He became normal. And it never happened. So such magics happen. So like this, even this Lance Armstrong, all he did in the hospital was to imagine him cycling that competition and winning that race. And he basically recovered from the hospital. And then he continued to keep imagining, right? And see, if he thought about, if his desire was so strong that he wanted to win that race, that desire overpowered. Obviously, that desire couldn't have come true until his body could have come together. So he cannot win that competition unless his body recovers. So there was no choice for the universe but to recover his body and get him to win that race. So he took the next year to win that race. And after that, 7 years, he continued to keep winning that race only. Okay. He used the most difficult circumstance as props to create an imaginary game and realize his dreams. So it is about the mind. The mind is so strong. The mind is so powerful. It is the most complex technology that has ever been created. Okay, it has never been ever created in the cosmos. So we just have to use that mind to either break ourselves or make ourselves. The choice is yours. How you use your mind, what is your desire, what is your go forward, everything is your choice. So like that, he used his hospital stay to his advantage. And every single moment, all he was thinking is that game. Okay, let's say you want to become the best built body in the world and you want to become the famous actor in America. You lived in a tiny village in Europe and you come from a family that has struggled financially, but you still imagine your dreams. You use a picture of a hero to sculpt your body and you imagine winning the European title for the best built body. You win this title 7 times and then it is time to become famous actor. You travel to America, but no one believes you are an actor material and they give you all the reasons why you will never achieve your dream. But you have imagined becoming a famous actor already and you can feel the success and you can taste it and you know it will happen. This is what Arnold Schwarzenegger did when he won the Mr. Olympia 7 times and then he became one of the biggest names in Hollywood. Correct, right? So Arnold Schwarzenegger is one of the biggest names people take in the muscle world. And he did the same thing. He imagined himself being that #1 bodybuilder and all of that. And then he not only became an actor, he also became the governor of California, right? He did so many things. Maybe he continued to use his imagination to become whatever he wanted to become. Okay. So it's a skill. So when somebody is using that skill, they'll just use that skill to do anything. And that is what he did. He just lived his life doing many things. Imagine you want to be a great inventor. Today, he also is a plant-based person. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a plant-based advocate. And he switched to plant-based living some time back. And Game Changers movie also, he has acted in the Game Changers movie, where he advocates plant-based lifestyle even for people in the sports world. Imagine you want to be a great inventor. In your childhood, your mind is challenged to the extreme. You are overwhelmed with hallucinations and blinding flashes of light. You fail to finish university and leave your job due to nervous breakdown. To gain relief from the crippling hallucinations, you take control of your mind by creating your own imaginary world. Inspired by the idea of a brighter future, you direct your imagination to a new invention. You build an invention completely in your imagination. You change the construction, make improvements, and even operate the device without even drawing a sketch. You create a laboratory in your mind. And then you use your imagination to check the new invention for wear and tear before turning your idea into a physical device. This is what Nikola Tesla did to become one of the greatest inventors. Okay. So Nikola Tesla is a scientist and he was also a very spiritual person. Okay. So he did all of these things in his imagination because he was not mentally very stable, known to be a very stable person. But he used that mind to his advantage and he tapped into the universe's potential and attracted all of those things to live a life. And today he's a well-known person. I think he's the one who said, everything in the universe is made up of energy, frequency, and vibrations, right? Talk and like everything in the universe is nothing but energy, frequency, and vibrations. So that is what Nikola Tesla told. And how did he get to know? Because he was able to tap into that universal reserve of knowledge. And how did he get that? By constantly being in some imaginary world. In the real world, he was suffering. He was having hallucinations. He was a person who was not normal. In the real world, he was not normal. In today's world, if you talk about them, they would say that, oh, he's mentally deranged, or he has autism, or something. They would label people. But at that time, they didn't label, or they would say he's schizophrenic or something like that. But at that time, they didn't say anything like that. And then he used his illness, he used his whatever he was having to his advantage, and became the world #1. Whether it was alternating current motor, radio amplifier, wireless communication, fluorescent light, laser beam, remote control, or any of his 300 plus patented inventions, all of them has been developed in exactly this way, through the power of his imagination. And how did he even get this imagination? Because of he saw a problem, and then he created a mental imagination of how he could solve that problem. See, the way this any solution works, it's not like immediately the solution will all come together. It does. The end product is not immediately coming like a magic. It doesn't come like that. It happens in that imagination also. It goes from if he's in 0, he goes from one point to another point. From that point, he will be able to progress to another point. From that point, he'll be able to progress to another point. From that point, he'll be able. So it's not from A, he will be able to see D. He can't do that. Okay, that is what the way universe works is. You have to keep going forward in any direction, whatever is your direction, whether it's healing, whatever is in your life, wherever you are progressing, you have to go forward. The determination to go forward should be yours. When you go forward, you will get what you desire. You'll be shown what is the next thing. If you are not willing to go forward, you want everything on a platter, you want everything on a ready-made thing, there is no ready-made. There is no ready-made in life at all. Everything is you have to work towards it, which means you should be willing to go. You should be willing to go forward. Logic will get you from point A to point B. Imagination will take you everywhere. So it's like there are so many things that even I get because I wanted to continue to keep thinking in that direction. Or I'll keep asking questions in that direction. So the more you keep asking questions in the direction, the universe will keep providing some or the other answers, and answers will not come just like that also. You would have asked a question today, and then maybe after 5 days, the answer would have come. But even when the answer come also, who knows whether when you ask the question, you also may not remember the question at all. That you remembering that question when the answer also comes, that also is universe's work. Okay, there are so many things the universe does for us. We don't even know. We are basically in a state of amnesia as of now. Okay, as people, we don't even know we are spirits. We don't know how much we are, how divine we are. We don't know anything. So there is an external force that is constantly feeding information, helping us to use that information to grow in many different ways. So whatever is Nikola Tesla's purpose of life was basically came together. Whatever it is that you want, use your imagination, create games and play. Use every prop you can find to help you. Like how you've seen children, they take some balloon, or they take some spoon or something, and they use it like a mic, and they start singing like a singer. They start climbing on the sofa, and they use that as a stage, and then they start singing a song. So there are so many singers apparently who have done and practiced a lot of songs in their childhood with their favorite toys like this, favorite utensils, favorite containers and all of that. They imagine that to be all of these things. In fact, so many people have imagined some cardboard boxes to be music equalizers. They do all of these things. So technology, all this technology part that they use for the music management and all that. So they knew all that, but they didn't have money to buy all that. No, so what they did, they used all of these things and imagined that they only are managing all of that. They increase the volume, decrease the volume. So they are playing in this whole thing. They are just playing. They are keeping themselves engaged, and then they are feeling happy, charged up, passionate, and all that in that moment. So imagine, it is not happening. None of these things are happening. It's all a make-believe game, but they are making themselves very, very happy, very, very charged up. All of those things. They are not waiting for the external world to give them happiness. They are not waiting for it to happen. They are already creating it in their head, and they're ensuring that they are going from a state of depression or going from a state of boredom to a state of good state. You must imagine and feel that you are looking at your body, not somebody else's body. Okay. You can surround yourself with pictures of great bodies, but the trick is this: you must imagine those bodies are yours. So if you are overweight or underweight and you had the perfect weight right now, how would you feel? You would feel different from how you would feel right now. Everything about you would change. You would walk differently, talk differently, and you would do things differently. Walk like that right now, which is what manifestation is all about, right? And even gratitude is all about that only. You believe that you already have it now. You can either see a picture and you can believe that that person is you, and you can believe that you already have it. So either way, feel the feeling now is what the message says. Walk like that now, talk like that now, whatever it is you want to be in your life. That feeling of lack that you have in your life is because you are waiting for it to happen in the physical reality. But what the chapter is saying is, you don't have to wait for it to happen. You should already believe that it is already happening. And sometimes people will say, no, how do I believe that it is happening? Every day I'm looking at the mirror and say, I'm still thin, I'm still thin. It's okay, fine. You just put a picture of some person in front of the mirror and say, see, that person is me, that person is me, that person. So just feel happy. It doesn't matter what you see and believe that you are happy. It just says, please believe that and be happy. How you make yourself believe, that is your creativity. But you should just believe. Act as if you have it right now. It doesn't matter whether doesn't matter what it is that you want. Imagine how you would feel with it and act like that right now in your imagination. Whatever you imagine with that feeling, you are giving to that law of attraction, you must receive it. Lance Armstrong, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Nikola Tesla, all those people played with their imagination, felt their dreams with all their heart. Their imaginings became so real to them, they could feel their dreams and know they would happen. It doesn't matter how far your dreams seem to you. It is closer to you than anything in your life, because all the power to bring your dream to you is inside you. Everything is possible for the person who believes. Jesus says that. Jesus told that you have to believe. It doesn't matter whether you believe you are a person of surrender. It doesn't matter whether you're a person of manifestation. It doesn't matter, rather conscious manifestation. It really doesn't matter, because nothing is wrong or right. But what comes naturally to you, you do that fully, right? There is no you should be like this, you should be like that kind of thing. But you need to believe whatever you want to believe. You need to believe that 100% and stand by it. In the future, we will see more and more discoveries about power of our imagination. Already scientists have discovered special mirror cells that activate the same areas in the brain when you imagine doing something as when you physically perform the action. In other words, simply by your brain playing and imagining what you want to experience, your brain immediately responds as if it is real. So it depends on how much of emotions you are giving to it, which is why when we think about our past and we feel bad about it and all that, the brain is thinking it's real. So how you use this technology is up to you, to the best of your advantage. If you use it for all these nasty things that we want to think about and feel sad, then that is not a smart way of using. If you're talking about something in the past or the future, you're imagining those things now, you're feeling those things now, you're feeling on that frequency now. And that's what the law of attraction is receiving. When you're imagining your dream of law of attraction, if you're imagining your dream, the law of attraction is receiving it now. Remember, there is no time for law of attraction. There is only this moment. In this moment, what you choose to do is what is actually on that kind of energy is moving. Okay. So it doesn't matter what you did in the past. If you want to recreate that moment over and over and over again, you are basically thinking about it over and over and over again. Okay. But you still have to decide whether I have to repeat it. I shouldn't be repeating. Yesterday you might have done, but today also you have to do. If you experience a time delay in receiving what you want, it is only because of the time it takes you to get into that same feeling frequency as that your desire. So many people, we don't get things immediately as soon as we think about it, which means there is no immediate manifestations, right? So it is because you are still not on that same frequency. Your desire might be vibrating at, let's say, 100, but the generated feelings are only at 50. So at that times, because there is a mismatch, it has still not happened. You need to put a lot more energy to make it 100. Okay, we don't know what the desired frequency is, because sometimes it may take it may just be seeing a red car on the road. It is a very small thing, right? It is easy for the universe to somehow make one red car come onto your road. That was okay. But then let's say you're saying, I want a physical house. That might take some time. Or you might say that, okay, there is a tumor in my body and that tumor has to completely melt. So there we are talking about physical cells, and each of these cells, maybe in some body parts, may take a longer time to regenerate. In some body parts, they may take smaller time to regenerate. For example, our skin cells takes very small time to regenerate. Like if there is a cut, it will take maybe 2-3 days to heal that, or maybe maximum 1 week. But at the same time, if there is a wound in the stomach, it will take a longer time because that area is all the time wet. Acids are getting generated. So the regeneration capacity or regeneration cycle in the stomach might be much different from what happens in the skin. So that is what they are saying. That feeling frequency in the stomach might need a lot more energy compared to what is in the skin. Okay, skin, let's say, is suffering with psoriasis or something like that. Maybe let's say if you keep doing, let's say 3 months, you might 2 months, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, things might work. But maybe stomach might take 4 months, just giving a hypothetical number. So each of these body parts, that is why there is a different frequency, because sometimes the density means the heaviness of that area. Work involved in creating that might be more. So it might need more energy to get that working. Here, more energy means that more energy of a higher frequency is necessary. Lower frequency means, again, you'll end up with the same problem, right? So we want higher energies, more energies of higher frequencies. So all you can possibly need or desire is already yours. Call your desire into being by imagining and feeling with your wish as if it is fulfilled. Neville Goddard. When you are really excited about anything that has happened and you feel amazing, capture that energy and imagine your dream. Quick flashes of imagining and feeling your dream are all you need to harness the power of excited feelings for what you want. This is called playing. This is called fun. This is the joy of creating your life. See, in this whole joy of creating, right, whether it is Arnold Schwarzenegger or any of these people, they did not do it to actually become that person. Okay, that is a difference. Many people do manifestations to become that. Okay, when you are doing something to become something else, then you are still in a place of lack. But what these people have done is, when they were imagining, they thought Anyway, I don't have any of those things. But it will not cost me anything to become Mr. Olympia. And in my head, okay, it will not cost me anything to become Mr. Olympia in my head. So let me enjoy the whole show in my head. Because I don't know when all of these things are going to happen, whether it's really going to happen, not happen. So they took the liberty of enjoying their deepest desire in their head. Initially, they did not know that was law of attraction, or that all of these things they did not know, but they just did it because they wanted to have fun. Okay, which is what actually is what this chapter is talking about. Play with your mind. Have your own games with your mind. Don't do it for manifestation. Do it just for fun. Points of power, the key of love. To use love as the ultimate power in your life, you must love like you have never loved before. Fall in love with life. Okay, so you do it genuinely. Whatever it is that you're doing, do it genuinely. Don't do fake. See only love, hear only love, speak only love, and feel only love with your own heart. So when you say love, it means purity, it means genuinity, it means integrity. There is transparency. Where there is transparency, there is love. You are not hypocrite. There is no hypocrisy, which means you are thinking something, you're trying to do something. There is nothing. There is no two different aspects. There is only one. You're saying, you're appreciating because you think that is appreciable. That is also love. So here love means it's that transparency, freedom. That is all love. There is no limit. There is no ceiling. There is to the amount of love you can feel, and it is all inside you. You are made of love. Tell the law of attraction what you love every single day by singling out the things you love and feeling them. So what do you love? So for example, let's say when I'm drinking with this clay bottle, I love the smell of clay. When I'm drinking my water, I love the smell of clay that is coming to my mouth, rather to my nose, or some feeling comes. So I'm enjoying, whenever I'm drinking water in that clay bottle, I'm enjoying that different flavor. So like that, what do you enjoy in your daily life? Maybe you should appreciate that. Appreciate what you enjoy. For example, today I was in the kitchen and I was noticing the money plant on the kitchen window. It is a very, just give me a minute. I was seeing this money plant on my kitchen window. It was this light yellow leaves, okay, something almost of this color, paper color, very, very light yellow. It is not green also. It is very, very light yellow, like this lemon yellow leaves. New leaves had come, and I was seeing, oh, they are basically growing. I need to put a thread and then lift them up and all that. So it was so nice and fresh yellow that I don't know, it was more like in my head, I was feeling I was able to connect that to juicy, like liquidy, like a very attractive kind of thing. So I was appreciating that plant. So like that, you just need to stop and enjoy that thing that you love. If you start to look at something and when that wow moment comes, stop and don't waste even one single minute in harnessing that moment. Like sometimes what happens, I get this different awareness level, some awareness, some knowledge and all awareness comes. And I'll have a lot of gratitude to God, to creation and all that. And it will not be there for the whole day, or it will not be there for the next day. So I'm like, I try to enjoy that moment as long as it is lasting. Because we are human beings, right? We can go to the demon kind of state also. We can go to the God kind of state also. We have every kind of state within us. We can go up also, we can go down also. We can keep oscillating. So, which is why in Bhagavad Gita they said that being a human is one of the most rewarding experiences you can ever find, because being a god also, there is no use. Being a demon also, there is no use. You cannot, as a demon, you cannot explore the god kind of living. As a god, you cannot explore the demon kind of living. So you can't explore human living also. So that way you have to become a human being to explore every possibility. And then you are overcoming, and you are getting the experience of every single possibility ever available in the cosmos. So that is why being a human is very rewarding. It's like one of the most rewarding lifetimes you will ever have. So enjoy that moment, because you don't know when you will go this side or that side, and then you lose it. So don't waste that minute. Encash all of that emotions that you are feeling right now, especially when you are appreciating, adoring something. To change the way you feel, or lift good feelings higher, make a mental list of everything you love and adore. Your job is to love as much as possible every single day. Make a conscientious, effort to notice as many things around you that you love as much as you can each day. Okay, so this is love. The key of gratitude: every time you feel grateful, you are giving love. So first we spoke about love. Okay, first part of the chapter, key to power, we spoke about love. What is love? How to love? So what is the takeaway of that? You make a note of what are the things that you love, and go to that point to generate more and more energy. Those are energy generating points for you. Okay, energy generating source of energy generation. Like when you feel low, to go high, you are focusing on things that you are loving. So you need to have a list, because if you are in the mental, you can't have a mental list. You have a somewhere you can note down, these are the things that actually charge me up, kind of thing, because you love that. So doing and then whenever you do that, you are feeling very grateful that it is charging you up. No, so that is what is gratitude. Every time you feel grateful, you are actually giving that love to that object. Be grateful for everything you received in your past, in your life, in your present. You are receiving, and then what you will receive in future, for what you want in your life. Like, be grateful for what you want in your life as though you have received it in the future. To be able to get into a state in future, you have to be in that state right now. That is what law of attraction says. You cannot wait for things to happen in your life and then say, I will be happy. You cannot say that. You have to be happy right now with whatever is there in your life, for something else to show up in your life. That is the way it works. First you have to do, then only universe will respond. Your gratitude will multiply everything in your life. Gratitude is the bridge from negative feelings to harnessing the force of love. And love is the highest form of energy. To use the power of gratitude, practice. I mean, I can't say this enough. Okay, it is practice. Practice is extremely important, and without practice, you will never even know what you're missing. When anything good happens to you in your day, give thanks. It doesn't matter how small it is, say thank you. The more you feel gratitude, the more love you give. And the more love you give, the more you receive. Every spare second is an opportunity to be grateful and multiply the things that you love. So practice more and give more. The more you keep giving, the more you will receive. And don't waste your time. Like, what was that quote? I don't know whether, right? I write that. Not sure I wrote that somewhere. I think I've heard this somewhere. Be generous with giving time to others. Okay? Be generous when you give your time to others. You're giving your time to others means you're actually being genuinely committed to that time, that kind of time. So be generous with giving time to others. Be cautious with wasting time. Right? It's an attitude that we are talking about. When you are giving time to others, you are more in service mode. When you are wasting your time, you are more not in service mode. You are actually in spending mode. So here, time is also a resource that you are given free of cost kind of thing here. So you will be made to pay back even for that time, they say, okay? As far as your karma goes, you will also be paying back the time that you wasted. That is what I meant. The key of play, we did that today itself. When you play, you feel really good and really good circumstances come into your life. Seriousness brings serious circumstances. Like I think some last year or something, I was in Gudakesha team, right? 1 year I spent in Gudakesha, where we were doing sleep meditation in the night and all that. And then their master is like, he's a person who's like always in that Paramananda state. He has reached that state and he's always in that state. And when you see his eyes only, you can make out he's actually in that state. There is always that, the eyes only are smiling. Okay, that kind of state he is in. And he says, always be laughing, always be smiling, always. So that kind of, he's encouraging people to always be laughing. And my husband laughs, my daughters also laugh a lot for many jokes and all that. So I was thinking, why don't I laugh? Even for whatever I used to laugh in the past also, that is not making me smile, that is not giving me jokey, it's not humorous anymore. So what in the world will make me laugh? I keep thinking. So off late, I don't know what in the world will make me laugh so much. Because I don't laugh so much, my family is always looking at me when I'm laughing. Okay, everybody looks at me. And seeing me laugh is more like a rare seventh wonder of the world kind of thing. So they are, my husband especially, he stops doing whatever he's doing and then he just watches me when I'm laughing, because they don't see me enough like that, right? So what I'm doing these days is I'm seeing people who laugh and I'm enjoying. When you, it's more like a virus, okay? It's more like a infection. So when you are seeing somebody who's laughing, or you see somebody who's yawning and all that, you tend to do that, no? Something like that. So I'm seeing people who are laughing, and I'm also laughing with them. So these days I'm trying some other trick like that. So I'm generally laughing. So life is supposed to be fun. The law of attraction doesn't know if you're imagining and playing. So whatever you give as an imagination and play will become real. Whatever it is that you want to use with your imagination, use every prop you can find to create games and play. Act as if you have it now. Whatever you imagine with feeling, you are giving the law of attraction and you must receive it. If you experience a delay in receiving what you want, it is only because of the time it takes you to get into the same feeling frequency as your desire. So Rhonda Bryan, she had a eye problem, okay? And she used to wear reading glasses. And one day she has finished all her books and all that, and then suddenly she was going through her own books and all that, and she thought, she reached out to her specs, and then she wore her, and then that's when the realization, hey, why am I using my specs? Why do I think I can't see better? So at that moment, she was very good, right? So at that moment, she decided that I will believe that I can actually see. So she closed her eyes, and then she saw herself in some dark places and all that. And then where she saw herself reading clearly, that's it. She saw that, and then she believed that it has already done. Okay, it is already done. She just believed. Yes, Rhonda, I've already seen it, which means it's like a stamp paper. It's already done. And she believed like that. Within 3 days, she was able to restore her vision. She did not wear specs anymore. So why? Then she told somebody. Then somebody said, "Why 3 days?" Then she said, "I forgot about it. I forgot that the specs geeks are imagination. All that I forgot." She imagined and then she believed and she forgot. Maybe it took 3 days for me to realize that it happened. Maybe it has already happened. I did not know, but it took me 3 more days for me to actually remember that I had done like this and to compare. So she says that it was me who did not see it coming. Otherwise, maybe I got it the second day itself. Who knows? I didn't notice it. So like that, it's like you need to if there is and plus she already was in a lot of charged up mode and all that, right? So it was 3 days for her. So it is very important for you to understand that this delayed gratification that we have here on earth or in this dimension of not getting what you want immediately is very important, because we are totally out of our minds. Even if you are creating not from a divine state of being. Okay, you're not a divine being, you're a human being. You have no clue who you are, and you already have the creative power inside you. And with that creative power, Ravana went and created all kinds of nonsense. With the same creative power, Ram also used it in his own way. So why this delayed gratification process is here on earth or in this space, not on earth, on this, in this dimension, is so that you understand the consequences, so that you really know what you're creating. And you need to be able to see that again and again, go through that again and again, and really, it's like, let's say you are submitting your article to the newspaper. The newspaper will be read by everybody in the country, and maybe some parts of the world also. So you need to be really sure about what you're putting in that article, right? Isn't it? You just can't put something and then not review it. Don't do typos, don't do spelling checks, don't do grammar checks, don't do anything, and then you won't be doing such kind of shoddy work, right? You will actually pay attention to exactly know and be very sure of what you're presenting to the newspaper. So like that only, the universe wants you to be really sure of what you're doing. Don't just create anything just because you have that creative power. All the demons also have creative power. Everybody has creative power, because everybody is a ansha of the divine. The creative energy is still there. So this delayed getting of what you want is basically it's like more like telling you, are you sure? Are you sure? Think about it, okay? Are you sure? Before clicking on the submit button, be sure, okay? Be sure. Are you sure? Emotions, feelings, thoughts, everything is okay? Are you sure? So that is what they want us to see again and again and again. That is why there is a delay. By the time you reach to fifth dimension, where everything is high energy and everything, immediately you're getting it. Because you are already in your senses, you are already in your divine state. And a divine being exactly knows whether his creation is going to destroy the universe, or whether his creation is created for the higher good of the entire world. So like that, people have created atom bombs also. People have created so many chemicals also. People have created so many good inventions also, bad inventions also. So many things we have created. So like that, anyway, I'm just saying that is why it is there. Okay, we will stop here. I sort of went. Einstein told us that time is just an illusion. When you understand and accept that there is no time, you can see that whatever you want in the future already exists. That is why when you write, imagine, or speak of your desire, you should use the present tense. Radiate your desire in the mind, heart, and body, and see it as if it is here now. So there is no past, there is no future. Okay, everything is the divine moment is in the now. It's that now moment only that. So, but why do we, Smita? But we have this past, right? We have this memory. We have a memory of the past, and then we have this imagination and all of about the future. What about all of that? You can ask. It is It is how our mind looks at the now in this space. We have this concept of memory. So all this memory makes us believe that there are all of these three things. But actually, only it is a now only. Because even if you think about your past, it is affecting your now. Just give me a minute. So even if you're thinking about the past, did it really see if it has happened in the past, nothing should get affected in the present, right? But it actually affects the present. Why? Because it's all happening in the present only. Because the program of change is happening in the present. Whether you think about the past or the future, your present only is going to get modified. Okay, so that is why always remain in the present. See, why when I was thinking, why do we do gratitude? Why is this exercise of gratitude? Why should we focus on being always writing, practicing gratitude and all of those things? Because we did not do that in the past. We did not do that as a lifestyle habit. We did not do. Why didn't we do? Because we got carried away by being in the past or in the future. If we were always in the present, right? Imagine if we were always living in the present, then we would always be working completely with single-minded focus on the objects that you're using, or with your hand, or with your whatever you're actually doing, that will become your focus. And if that is becoming your focus, then you'll be more grateful to that focus objects that you're using and all of those things, right? So because we were not in the now moment, we were always in the past or the future, all the now moments that where we did not do our due diligence, we are trying to catch up right now. And because even if you do it right now, it is going to affect your now energy only. So whatever you did not do, it's not late at all that you did not do, because everything is in the now. You can make all of those changes right now, because now is the only thing that matters. No one is more cherished in the world than someone who lightens the burden of another. So how do you want to be a person in the world? Do you want to be a person who lightens, when you say lightens the burden of another, it does not mean that you are, when they say, this is so bad, that person did like this to me. Yes, he's like that only. Then his burden will reduce, no? Because that is how life works. If he says this is bad, then you put then you say, yes, he's bad. No, that is not lightening the burden of others. Lightening the burden of others is typically done by being more joyful yourself. So a person will be the best gift in the world if he is able to be the person who can bring light, who lightens up. Here it's not about the emotions. It is about you being the light. Okay. If you are the light, then wherever there is darkness, that will actually light them up also. So typically when you go into the presence of somebody who's let's say very happy, very joyful, they are radiating a lot of energy, right? Then you also will feel light when you are in their aura, in their space around them. So that is what this quote says. So be someone who will lighten up the burden of another. Don't be the person who will pull them down with your energy. You don't have to talk to them, but you may be worst in your head. Okay. At that time, if somebody comes into your aura also, they'll feel like a drain. So don't be that person. Be a person who's always charged up with energy, so that even if somebody passes you also, they will be able to take some of your energy. See, just because even if you're charged up, and even if somebody comes and then they are also getting charged up with your energy, doesn't mean that yours is reducing. Okay, yours will charge up even more. That is how it works. Energy moves from an area of higher concentration to an area of lower concentration, it doesn't reduce. It'll keep, and then the cosmos is the area of higher concentration. So because you became lesser than the cosmos, it'll keep pumping all the time. It'll keep pumping, and then you will also keep pumping to somebody else. Okay, so that is how it works. Now let me stop here. It's dark. Okay, do you have any questions? Bindu?
Mita, I have one question on this manifestation. You said that Lance Armstrong or whoever they did, they are coming from a place of enjoying it, right? Does that mean that like we only desire it, but we are not enjoying it yet? It won't happen, or
No, it won't happen. You should see if let's say you were talking about rain, right? You want rain in Andhra Pradesh.
yeah.
So if so how now let's say there is heavy good rains in Andhra Pradesh, and then your entire crops and all have come. So that is what, then how would you feel in that moment? You'll feel happy only, no?
Yeah.
Whatever is that state of happiness that you're going to feel. Beautiful lush green leaves, on top of that golden drops of rains, all of that.
Yeah.
You'll feel very happy. That happiness you should feel right now. Just imagine that it has already happened. You are not doing that imagination exercise to make it happen. Okay, understand. It's not a process that you're working on. The universe understands, oh, Nilima is trying to do a process just to make something work. So she's trying to make, like Smita told, oh, there is this process, try this, Nilima, and rain will come. No, it doesn't work like that. You should believe, I don't know whether rain will come or no, God knows. It is basically universe, okay? Like its operation is something, but at least God has given me this great gift of imagination. Today I'm feeling sad because there is no rain. Let me feel very happy by making that rain come in my head and then feeling the crops grow and all that. I can do that and feel happy, no? That is what they're doing.
Okay.
What that will result in, we are not seeing. We just want to be happy.
So yeah, so we have to look at only the end desire in terms of the happiness we are going to get with that.
Yes. There is no cost, there is nothing here. You don't have to go to Andhra Pradesh, see, peep, or do any such thing, find out, oh, is there clouds? Nothing. You are just thinking that, okay, yeah, at least let me enjoy that in the head, yeah, because I don't know whether it's going to really happen or no. So I want to enjoy. I'm feeling sad that there are no rains. So I enjoy that rainy moment in my head only, and then you'll close your eyes and say, wow, see that crops, it's so good. Oh my God, look at those, it's breeze and all of that, it's so nice. There are these puddles and all that have got created. All of that you're just enjoying. So all of those, what did all of those people do? They enjoyed. That is very important. They did not do it for the sake of attracting that manifestation. They did not even know all of those manifestations. They just enjoyed it in their head. Like how children do it, no? Children, who are children doing all of that to manifest something? They are not so complex. We are thinking complex things. They are not thinking complex at all. They are enjoying bindas. So that is what this is saying. It's a power of play, means you just play with your head. Put a play in your head, like children. Don't see whether that is going to yield any result. That is more like thinking with the mind. Here there is no mind. There is only subconscious mind, feeling. Understood? I hope you understood. Yeah, thanks. Bindu, your hand is up. You had any question?
Yes, Smita. Thank you very much for the session. It is daily listening to these sessions. It's amazing, the changes and whatnot. Smita, in today's session, you were talking about how to feel when you are in debt also. You were telling like you have to imagine you're happy in the debt situation also, right? That's what you said. Or did I understand it? Something else?
Yeah.
Huh? So,
Yeah.
so see, by the rule, a law of attraction, when you say you're happy in debt, you are going to attract more debt.
No, I'm just saying happy in debt means your situation. I'm talking about the situation. I'm not
Yes.
saying a sentence.
No.
You are not telling the sentence. No, you are just in that happy state. Are you writing the sentence anywhere? There is no
Mhm.
writing here.
Mhm.
There is just being.
Yes.
So where are you using that word debt?
Okay.
Just that feeling. So now where is that word coming in the feeling?
So
There is
you
no
don't.
sentence or anything. There is just happiness.
Okay. So the state of mind should be happy. That's all.
That's all.
That's all. So whatever the situation is, the state of mind should be happy. Okay. That's what you had posted the other day, Abraham Hicks.
Correct.
Same thing. And that about that today we had a long, like me and my cousin had a long discussion about that over the WhatsApp chat. It doesn't. It has now just. I don't know whether it is a full stop or a comma. He has. I have given my ideas and he has just stopped. I don't know whether he'll come back with more questions. I don't know.
See, one thing I think yesterday also I told you, right? You can only convey to people your ideas and they will understand as much as they have known themselves. Means what you tell is how much you know,
Yes.
how much you have understood.
Yes.
What
Yes.
what he will tell is how much he knows.
Yes. Yes. True. True.
Right? You cannot come to the same page.
Mm.
And it's
No.
unfair to say you agree with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's their own perceptions how it is. So as we told in the group also, the frequency, if the frequency is the same, only then we will be in the same page, at least in the same page, somewhere in the same page.
Yeah.
So that's very true. That's so true, I feel. And then another one is you were telling about the time period in healing or something like that. You were giving fictitious numbers, right? 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, or whatever it is. So you said you can't tell. You can't tell, but you gave an example of a person with the spinal thing. He's recovered in 6 weeks. So we might not be able to tell like how many days or how many weeks or how many years it's going
Yeah,
to take.
it is true.
But
Yeah,
it
we
is
can't
like
say.
how perseverance we have, we do it. It is on their own. Like how
It is
the
the
intention of
difference.
the person who is doing it.
It is not the intention. It is more about how long it took for you to believe. If they, for
Yeah.
him, he thought he was a physiotherapist. Okay, Dr. Joe Dispenza was a physiotherapist, and he was already working with people with the spinal and all of those things. So he exactly knew what he had one idea about how what time it will take to recover, and that idea helped him to get to 6 weeks. But let's say people who absolutely don't have anything about spinal knowledge at all, and if they start applying this, for them it will sound very complex. So some big part has some small the entire spinal cord has broken down into multiple different parts, and it is splattered here and there. So we'll have to believe you. How will that get attracted, and then how will it come and then join like this? How will all of these things join like this? What if it tears? What if it has gone somewhere and punctured something else? That also has to heal. So we don't know what all we will think.
Yes,
Okay?
yes.
It depends on our inability or ability to be able to what kind of blocks we have and how big are those blocks.
Yeah.
And for us to be for us to be able to get to that same frequency of that whatever that desire.
Yeah, that's what I was also trying to communicate. I couldn't put it in words, but yeah, the frequency which we are in, how we believe, how much we have the a capacity to believe and everything, only then that will decide the time period. For me, it would be 2 months. For you, it might be 1 day. For another person, it would be like 6 weeks also. So
Correct.
it will depend upon how they are, right?
Yeah. See, immediately something will already happen.
Mhm.
But if you are waiting for this to be in physical to be able to believe, that will take a longer time, because that you're always seeing, oh, it's not there, no, it's not there yet, no, oh, it's not there, oh, I need to do that today again, I have to do that today also, oh, it's not there, it's still not here, it's still not here, because every time you try to look for that in the physical,
Mhm.
you are again going back few steps.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
the idea is to not look in physical at all, but to believe that it has already happened. At least in your head, it has already happened. Like in his case, he saw himself as Mr. Olympus already in his head. That was more than enough. Every day he's enjoying Olympus. He didn't. So people have to start enjoying it in their head. Whether it happens or no, it should not matter.
Yeah. Very much relatable. True. Yeah.
Thank
Thank you very much, Smita. Thank you.
Yeah, Munmun.
Yes, Smita, I was asking, you said before about the subconscious and the conscious mind. Thoughts are related to our conscious mind, and emotions are related to our subconscious mind. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I wanted to confirm.
Thoughts, we will get anything. Okay, thoughts really don't matter. But how much of attention I give to some thoughts and what kind of emotion I choose to bring to that thought is where is the control.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Pooja?
Yeah. Smita, I want to ask that in my childhood, I was in the drama class. And in that drama class, we have to enact the situation. Like if there is a fire, so we have to enact the situation like we are pulling the water in the bucket, throwing it. We have to imagine, visualize it that we are doing the thing. So in the same way, right now, what
Did you go to mute? I'm not able to hear you.
Smita, hello.
You said that
Yeah.
in the same way?
In the same way, we can imagine whatever the desire we have, we can imagine, like we can enact the same way in our life also, ki that I am getting this, like if we want to gain weight, so I can imagine that there is a weighing machine. I can imagine that there is a weighing machine, I am standing on it and I have gained weight, so I am enjoying it, I am jumping with fun, I am seeing that, I am telling to everyone, but I have to enact it like that way.
That is
So
what
we can do that way also.
But then are you doing it to get more? Are you doing that thing too? So the objective has to be very clear. The objective is
just
not
to create, to be happy with that moment, in that moment.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Okay. And one more thing, Smita, just you said na ki you have to imagine the thing that has already happened. So it is not just like that ki we are imposing, or we are pushing our body against its will. Ki we are imposing.
Because the topic was about manifestation, I am talking about manifestation in that spirit. But when you talk about what is the true thing or whatever it is, I would definitely talk about that, the way of surrender and many of those kinds of things. So because what Bhagavad Gita chapter 3 says is, when it talks about desires, it says to let go of a desire is far more easier than to actually make a desire happen. Okay, I'll repeat it. To let go of a desire is far more easier than for you to create that desire or make that desire happen. Whatever you will do to make that desire happen is far more enervating, far more draining than actually letting go of the desire, is what Bhagavad Gita says. So, which means your entire, this is out of the topic, okay? I'm not contradicting, this is slightly contradicting to the topic, which is why I've sort of, because you asked the question, I'm telling. So we all have the creative skills, but because we are not in our soul state, which is what we are, right? We don't know who we are. We are all in that state of ignorance. So in that state of ignorance, why all of these people keep talking about surrender, they keep talking about God, 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 and all of those things is majorly because they are saying don't misuse your skills to be stuck up in this whole sansar. What is the meaning of getting stuck up in this whole chain of birth, life and death? It is you constantly desiring something to be in that ignorant state. So they are saying, let your goal or let your desire be to get connected to your higher self, or which is God. They call when they say God, 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 it is basically your own higher version of yourself, which is nothing but the divine version of yourself. So if you have to get connected, so let that be your desire. If you desire for anything in the sansar, you will get it. There is no two ways about it. You will constantly keep getting it, but there is no end to it. You will always be stuck in this ignorant state where your creative skills are just misused or wasted, or whatever you want to call it. So be having a desire, let go of your desires of these sansaric things, and then go to that, always get to that higher state. And how do you get to that higher state? By gaining more energy. How do you get more energy? Because if you're doing a lot of tasks in this lower state, in these lower dimensions, imagine that your last three chakras, like your root chakra, your sacral, and your solar plexus, those three are corresponding to your to the sansar, okay, to the Janan Maran Chakra kind of thing. And we are always circling in those three things only, always. So if you desires and everything is circling there only. So in whatever you desire, you are basically going to keep going through the same cycles. But if you want to get to the heart chakra, or that heart level, which is pure love energy, gratitude, everything is basically teaching you to get beyond that three things, right? When you're doing gratitude, you're just being thankful kind of thing. So it is basically teaching you love. So you're going to that. If you have to get to that heart chakra, your energy has to be so high that it basically jumps to this state. Today we don't have high energy because it is so, it comes here, it goes back, it comes here, it goes back, it comes here, it goes back. Why? Because we are spending all that energy in this space only. And how do we not spend energy? By not doing anything, by not resisting at all, by just saying, yeah, everything is okay, everything is okay, everything is okay. Because your soul has already planned in this life, whatever has to come, experiences, all of these things have sort of been blueprinted already. So when it comes, because you've already planned, because you're here for experiences, and when experiences come, don't shy away, just experience it, is what Bhagavad Gita, anybody says. So don't waste your energy in resisting. Whatever comes, you just enjoy it, live it, allow it, move it, that kind of thing only they say. That way you will be saving energy, and the more you save energy, you will be able to get to that higher state, is what everybody says. But what is it called? It's called more of surrender. It's called more of all of those kinds of things. Munmun, can you mute yourself?
Okay, Smita, got it.
So understood. So some of these things, what you want to do, see, sometimes, see, Arnold Schwarzenegger or Lance Armstrong, all of those people, they didn't have Bhagavad Gita knowledge and all of those things. But what they did was wrong? No, it was absolutely not wrong. What is your feeling? What are you calling, rather, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Is your desire so strong that you really cannot focus on other things? Then you make a single-minded focus and say, no, I will definitely work only on this desire for now. Yeah, soul realization, blah, blah, blah. maybe I'll push it for later. Then work on this. It's okay. That is your choice. Honor your choice. Don't try to, oh, this is what surrender looks more fancy. Surrender looks more, Krishna is very big. We have to walk Krishna's mark. If you're not able to do that also and this also, then you're wasting your time, no? So do one thing, whatever you want to do it with conviction. Then don't think about something else. But if you're doing something else, then don't think about this. You understood? If you want to really, like if weight is really bothering you and you don't know how to get over it, then do your manifestations. Get to that state of weight. Then see what happens. Learn from your experiences. So these are some things that we just have to do because there is no end date for anything. There is no competition. There is no end date. You're not competing with anybody. So it's not like you will lose out on anything if you do this and then go to that, or if you don't do this at all. There is no such thing. Do it. Yeah, do it with conviction. Do it with like, yeah, I will do it. I will not think about anything else. I'm just going to manage this only. So do it.
Smita,
This also is a learning.
one question that when you were in your healing state, when you were recovering from your disease, at that moment of time, you were following just the food, or you were in these meditation or in gratitude at that time also?
No, I was not in, I was just in a vegan lifestyle. It took a long time for me. I did not, see, I was in full surrender, okay? My mind was absolutely in surrender.
At
Mind
the
was in
healing
order.
stage.
Yeah, healing stage only. I was on 3 cooked meals in between. I did not know any raw ghee and all at that time. 2012 this was. I did not know anything. There was nobody to guide me. I just did whatever I wanted to do. Whatever came to my head, I was doing. And how things came into my head also, I don't know. It was just coming. And then I used to
You
just
were
follow.
doing and surrendering it. Whatever you were
Surrender.
doing.
See, let's say you are, now let's say today you have some, today you are exposed to certain plant-based options, this and that and all, and you are going maybe from one person to the other person, you are going and then exploring things. There are multiple people to shop around. But let's say there are no shops at all. In your experience, there are no shops at all. Then what will you do? You will also surrender only, no?
Yes.
That is what I did. In my life, there were no shops. Nobody helped. Nobody helped means I did not know that anybody even existed to help me in this way.
So you were experimenting with your body and you were doing whatever comes on your way.
That's all.
And you were not expecting the result, whatever you were doing at that time.
No, I just knew that I was on the right path because I felt like that.
Okay.
I did not know when I'm going to heal. I just felt that somebody told me, yeah, just do. When, how, what, nobody told. It was just theory.
Okay, thank you.
So I didn't have anything to lose because I had already seen death very close. So I knew if I don't do this, then that is the only choice. So I was doing something what this Joe Dispenza did. That's all. I was just doing whatever came to my mind. I was just going single-minded focus on that path. But I did a lot of liquids. Okay, at that time I did a lot of liquids because for me, what somebody told me was when the body has to heal, you just switch off all of the digestion and head and all of those things, and then you just give it liquids. And then I gave it liquids whenever, and then nobody told me, oh, can I be on liquids for 5 days? Will anything happen to me? No, I have not asked any such question because there was nobody to ask question. I did whatever I wanted.
Smita, for how many days, which type of liquids?
I was doing vegetable broth.
So,
I did not even know about juices at that time.
Yeah, actually, I also take sometimes vegetable broth, but at least juices are fulfilling. Vegetable broths are not fulfilling also.
I did not know that. You know juices, that's why you think it is not fulfilling. What if you did not know juices?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I did not know juices. See, I understood the power of juices only after I saw my own clients with that. I personally had not done any juice and healed because it took Mine took also a long time, comparatively took a long time. See, it's all again belief system. Yeah, whatever came to my head and whatever I believed I'm seeing, that's all you can say. That is my own creation. What you see is your own creation. So we are basically creating our own lives and moving ahead. Am I right? Am I the only person who will who has the right methods? May not be. Whatever you resonate with is your thing. You will go to you will get attracted to that person. There are so many people who have not come to me. They've gone to somebody else because they resonated with that frequency matches. The frequency has matched. Wherever there's a frequency match, there is that work that is happening. And then when it matches and you're trying those methods and you're completely surrendered, it will work. But then the frequency has matched and you're trying those methods, but again, there is no surrender. Then the energy block has got created and healing is not happening. So it is up to you. Healing will happen. You have attracted a certain process towards you, but then whether you will heal or no, it depends on you. You should allow, you should surrender, you should accept life the way it comes to you.
Smita, I wanted to share something. I was also in the surrender mode a long back, but somewhere there was a fear. But when I came in contact with you, fear was there. The soul, calmness was there in the mind, but happiness was not there. After meeting you and whatever you have been telling to do, started applying it on myself, and I can see the result now. My stools started forming. First two stools are forming very nicely, and after that the loose motion is coming, and very bad smelly mucus is also coming along with it. But first two stools started coming. The formation has started happening, and I had 2 plums also yesterday. Today also I had 2 plums. I'm taking pure apple juices, and today first time I tried pure watermelon, so I felt good. I'm really so grateful. Thank you so much, Smita, from the bottom of my heart, for coming into our life and showing us the light, taking us out from the darkness. Thank you so much.
See, that you should understand, it is all because of you. Whatever series of things happened, right? It is you chose to believe, allow, and then continue to go ahead. And then you saw results with your own life. Like the stool formation and all of those things is a motivation now for you, because if I had told you, no, do this, then the stool will form. It is not so much of a motivating factor as much as you see it in your own life. So now that you have seen it in your life, it's going to consistently improve, because that is going to create more and more energies within you, belief energies. So it works on a self-based thing. So I'm just a facilitator, but every single person heals because of their own internal whatever GPS, whatever you can say.
I always keep on repeating within my mind and thoughts that I am very peaceful, I am very happy, I am very blissful, I am always smiling and happy, in happy mode. Like I'm doing this always, and now today I was realizing even the sudden reaction of mine also is coming in a joyful way. Whatever is happening these days, and I'm not very much reactive, like I'm thinking before I speak. So, yes, thank you.
So these are the awarenesses that continue to keep coming when you're in gratitude, and I have seen this really working well. It's that is because of the more we are grateful, the more grace comes. Grace is you can't, it's not energy, it is more about, you can just call God's grace, whatever that is called. It's called
Yes.
God's grace. The more grace comes.
Thank you.
Chalo. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Be blessed.